What up guys, Moneymaker here, we are back with another review. Today we are reviewing Irma. Now, quick update on Irma. This one will be the last vid for probably a month or so because of the author saying that he's gonna go on another break again because he's gonna have a Christmas special with Tales of Outcast and Irma, and he's gonna focus on those for the special, which I'm fine with because I'm gonna review them, and it's gonna be out that week when it releases. It's gonna probably be out same day, probably not, but it will be released during that time when it is. So you'll be getting 2 Shark Girl Umi vids before you get another Irma, and then after that Irma vid, you'll probably get another 2 Shark Girl Umis as I let the author slowly catch back up on the backlog to get at least 2 chapters out a week. But then I can always have every 2 weeks I can be recording a new Irma vid and a new Shark Girl Umi vid and for Monday. But yeah. But other than that, Irma, if we remember correctly, is visiting her grandparents, encounters bullies, encounters friends that she's making, then her sisters bullies those friends, and then those friends don't want to hang out with Irma anymore, and Irma then doesn't really like her cousins that much, and then the gang of older kids, or like teenagers, punks, a gang, sort of pops up and goes, "Hey, we're gonna go beat your ass, Irma, because you're with this family." And Irma's like, nah. Irma sort of beats them up a bit, sort of messes with them, not insults them, but like, she doesn't fight them really. She just sort of avoids their attacks and like somewhat fight them, but not really. And they're embarrassed that they got beat by a little kid. And so they pretty much told these groups of kids, they told these friends that hate Irma and her family because of the cousin that bully them, and because just as we learned, and they got bullied by their cousins, so then they were like, oh yeah, you know what, we'll help you, gang, we'll help you, little gang. But the gang really had some of their friends hostage, so they sort of had to do it. But other than that, it's pretty not nice, I would say. It's interesting, but yeah, Irma's caught in a trap that's apparently supposed to trap a dragon, keep a dragon in, and other ancient beasts from her powers. And one guy got left behind, and now the family's just talking about it and everything. So let's see what happens. And we cut off to this part. Look at you, so precious, so helpless. Me and Toro and Kiko have waited so long to see you again. Yeah, too long. I could crush your pathetic little skull right now. I could just freeze you in an icy purgatory as payback. I see you guys are angry at your own incompetence. You don't even take it out on a little kid for being incompetent. Now, you two, that's not what we planned for a friend, is it? No. We have something very special for her, don't we? And let me tell you, we're going through quite a bit for this moment. A couple black market deals to get those chains of talismans can be quite tedious, but convincing your sorry friends was the easy part. What do you mean? Oh my god. Do the friends really betray her because of the... Oh my god, that guy's the leader of the group. He's 100% the head leader of the group, I bet. But convincing your friends that knew you, that hanged out with you before, oh, that was easy. We could easily convince them to go do this stuff, man. It was so easy. Everyone's looking at them like, what? What did you do? And then he's like, you know what? Let me bring her down here. I'm gonna tell her what she did. I'm gonna tell her what she did to us. God damn. Just so you know, we aren't friends. We are never going to be. Do you hear me? So you guys tricked her in the first place? my god, those cousins are complete shits. They need to die. You know what? They need to die. Her cousins are terrible people. Terrible. I cannot believe that they're like this. They're terrible. They're terrible people. I cannot believe they're like this. Wow. So they knew ahead of time that she was part of their family. But they were going to make friends with her because they're like, oh, if we hang out with her and she's there with us, then we could probably get away with it and whatnot. But no, the cousin still had a... So, because you hate her because her cousins are bullying you? That's... Oh my... Oh, that hurts, Irma. Your cousins are terrible people. They need to be punished or change their ways in some way for being like this. I cannot believe they're like that to people. Well, I can imagine it, cause they've been growing up around their grandfather and grandmother, but still, they're rotten little brats. Terrible people, in my opinion. Now. Let's, wait. Let's think about this a bit. Maybe the only redeeming quality of this, the only redeeming quality that I would ever consider that this would be okay, is if the grandfather knows of Irma's power, knows of the invisible man, knows what it is that Irma is, and told the cousins that their job is to protect Irma from other people. But even then, I don't even believe that this is the case with how much they bully these people. They already bullied them in the first place, but them getting close to Irma just intensifies the bullying? What? There is no logical reasons for the cousins to do that other than just enact the will of their grandfather and grandmother, which is totally possible considering they've been around them the longest and want to take on that heritage, I'm assuming the cousins do, of the grandfather and grandmother. They want to take on that, be as mean and cruel as they were. And the only way that I can see that this makes sense for the twins to even bully them harder and more is if they were tasked by the grandfather to make sure nobody got close to Irma while she was visiting, or they were just natural bullies and bullies people that try to get close to the family. And because they're lower breed than them or whatnot. They're the lower class. They're like, oh yeah, you know what? We're just gonna beat you up because we get to get out our frustration and anger of our cousin being here on you. Oh my god. Terrible. But that's always a Yorimoto for you. Yorimoto for you, isn't it? Always causing nothing but misery. What do you mean? Okay. Maybe some of their family has caused misery for others. I can see it. I can see that some of them have caused misery for others because of the grandfather and grandmother teaching them that way. But I don't feel like all of them ever acted like that. I feel like all the brothers and sisters never really acted like that. And if they did, they only did it because the grandfather and grandmother was around, but other than that, they do not try to do that. They try to fix it and live their own lives without following them because they're like, it's terrible, it's shit, it's crappy living with him, it's a terrible person, and they want to change. And so they didn't cause, maybe some of them did, yes, but that was because they were angry at the father and they couldn't do anything else to outlandish it, so they took it out on people, is my guess. But she's not at fault for this. But still, oh my god, that's terrible. It's terrible. Oh ho ho, so petty. Why do you guys gotta be like that? I get that her cousins are mean, but Irma herself is not. She is the nicest person around. She's slowly changing her family dynamics around with everything that she's doing. Oh, I know, sweetie, that hurts. This hurts, doesn't it? But I promise it'll all be over soon. See, all we're gonna do is get you nice and comfy in this tree. No one really knows what happens once you're inside. Oh, isn't that the tree? Yeah, that's the tree that we met back in when we first met the sister, the snake lady sister. That's where we met, the tree. At least I think it's a tree, but we'll find out more whether or not there's water around it. But I think that's the same tree. So maybe the snake lady will know, maybe. Maybe your bones and meat will get mashed up into tiny pieces. Maybe you'll go mad from the souls that are trapped inside. Either way, we don't care. We just want to hear you scream. Yeah, I'm afraid to tell you this. She's not gonna scream. Bye-bye, Brett. May your time be slow and painful. Oh my fucking god, it's a demon tree. Oh my fucking god, look at the demon tree. It's a fucking demon tree. Look at that eye. Look at that eye. Oh, Jesus. What's the demon tree have in store for us? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But, I will say this. Just for clarification, Irma is some powerful being in this world. In this world, she is some powerful being that goes against God or something. She's literally a being that is so powerful that in the story, Spirits Blossom, at the end, the Invisible Man took Irma, was like, rest, child, for you are the future, whatnot. And then he goes up to the top of the roof, and there's this crazy storm going on, like a hurricane, like the eye of a hurricane is just floating up there. It's like a storm going on. It's like the eye of a hurricane a bit. And he's like up there going, "What say you, God? It's your move now. It's your move, God." Like, he doesn't say God, but he's like, "It's your turn. It's your move now." And you're like, what do you mean? But that right there gives me enough hope that Irma herself is some sort of powerful, extremely powerful being that is pinnacle of going against something in the heavens or some spirit, supernatural being. She is super powerful. Now that could contribute into the fact that why the grandfather knows the Invisible Man in some way, or was the Invisible Man at some point, probably not, but knows the Invisible Man. The Invisible Man told him about it, or something else entirely, because we learned that he gave up on trying to kill Emiko's husband, Sam, at some point, even though Emiko faked his death, for then he'd believe that they were dead. He didn't believe it. He just knew that he was still alive. So that must mean he has some sort of connection to this, and why he didn't enact it further to ruin Emiko might be because the Invisible Man told him about Irma, and he's sort of changing his ways a bit, looks like a bit, because of Irma and the power that Irma has. And so he's trying to be as pleasant as possible to the mom, to Emiko, for then he can have somewhat control or something over Irma in some way, in something that he will do to hopefully change. But we found that he doesn't really give a rat's ass anymore. He doesn't care, because Emiko's like, you know what, I don't care for you anymore, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, oh, ho, ho, you're talking back to me? You're talking back to me? You know what? I have the power to do this. It's not a privilege for you to be my daughter. I make you my daughter. You are my daughter. You cannot be out without my daughter. I have enough power and force to make you. Like something like that. I forget the exact wording, but something like that. That scares Emiko, because he's like, if I really wanted to, you would be like, And she knows it because of the power that he gives off. But he just doesn't care anymore because he has Irma, which is some supernatural being, powerful being. And with my belief in this is that this is literally gonna be her awakening that power that literally should not be open. I sort of figured she had it after Spirit Blossom, but we've hinted at it somewhat. Because the Invisible Man does show up in the time when they were messing with the Chucky doll. Where they messed with the Chucky doll that was trying to take Irma's babysitter's soul. And everything. And the Invisible Man was there. But let's get into this. Oh my god. She's trying to break free. Why? 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 We didn't do anything to you. We had nothing but peace with each other. And yet you trapped us in here, in this unending nightmare. Why? Tell me why? You monsters burned down everything we strived for and cared for. Isn't that enough? So, great. We just learned that the reason... Right, we just learned this tree is pretty much the place where all those... Well, the grandfather and grandmother, most likely... and others of their sort of hatred of humans and torturing of humans decided to, you know what, we'll just shove all their souls, let's put them in the tree of unending torment for the fun of it. It looks like it's pretty much what they're saying. I feel so bad for them. And Irma's being now exposed to their cries and angers and everything, scaring her so much. I've been in here for so long, in this cramped hell, no room to breathe, no room to live in this afterlife. Please, I just want to feel freedom again, to see light once more, sun or moon. So, yeah, so most likely they kept feeding, people kept feeding the ghosts or yokai, whatever. Yokai kept feeding the tree souls or something, kept feeding it corpses of people. The voices, everyone's voices, they just won't stop. Let's feel this one's brain so she knows how it feels in here. Oh my god, no. Stop it. Why did you do this? Where's my... Oh, no. That's no. No. It's so bad. So sad. No. Makes me not really want to side with the family. It really pisses me off that if I find out that the grandfather and grandmother are really connected to what they did here in any way, I am gonna be well, I already figured they were a part of it because they just hate humans in general and support the fact of torturing them in some way or whatnot. But everyone in the world believes that they're sort of real and sort of, because they just blend in now with society. In my opinion, I guess now. Who cares anymore? Yeah. Majority of them blend into society for the most part, is my guess. Who cares anymore? None of this matters. Just let us out. Let us out. Out, let us out, let us out, let us out, out, let us out, let us out, let us out, out, let us out, let us out, let us out, out, let us out, let us out, let us out, out. Everyone's trying to break free, try and get out. Oh no, they're coming at her. The red eyes. Oh boy, you just awoken the demon. You've awoken the power. You've awoken the power. And we won't know what this power is until probably January, February, so there's that. But still, oh my bloody fucking Christ. This, I really hope that someone will be able to stop Irma before she literally regrets this, because she's literally in this position about to activate her power that she has, her strength that she has, that she's never really used, because she's never actually been that pissed off or that scared to actually use this power. And outside are the 3 gang leaders all the 3 gang members, well, I consider them a gang because they're a group of the 3 bullies who are out there waiting for a scream, and then the little friends, like the little yokai friends that aren't her friends anymore, but literally hate her guts to the point. And Irma is gonna do, it's gonna explode like a power beam or something, and I swear to God, I am hoping to the Lord that someone will stop Irma before she actually does something irreparable damage to one of them that will literally change and hurt her in the future. Will literally hurt her after she comes down from this. The stuff she will regret, the stuff she won't. I am literally praying that someone comes in and stops it, which I highly doubt. I highly bet someone will, but at this point it's up, like, you can think like 100% that, oh yeah, she's not gonna actually hurt anyone or anything like that, but you never really know, because the author can do a 100 on you or 360 on you and just do a 180, actually a 180 flip, and just have her do something damaging before someone fixes it. Well, we're already gonna know for sure that they're literally, the friends are still gonna be really scared of her. Like, that's already a consequence that's gonna happen from this. No matter what happens with her, if she uses this power and stuff and beams out of this demon tree that she's in, if she beams out of this, it's gonna scare the kids anyways, because they're gonna see angry, pissed off, malevolent malice coming from her. They're gonna be scared of her no matter what. Even if she comes out, they're gonna be scared of her. Whether or not she does something else to hurt them in some way that makes her really, really cause damage to her mind and whatnot, I hope that doesn't happen, but we will have to wait and see. It so far has somewhat taken a dark turn in the night parade, as we saw with the grandfather entering town and pretty much knocking out / killing one of the sentries or guards of the place, if I recall. And we already know that it's going to probably get pretty dark considering the backstory of each one of them and everything. But I just hope it doesn't get too dark. But we will have to wait and see till January or February to see what comes of this. But anyways, that's it. That's the end of this chapter. I know this one's a really long one. I rambled, theorized, talked a lot about possibilities, ways, power, all this shebang, because it is so interesting to me, and I honestly cannot wait until they come out with the next one. I am sad that it's gonna stop here, but I literally cannot wait. It's literally a cliffhanger, a big cliffhanger that we're gonna have to wait on a month for, and I am not happy for that. But that is the deal. So as usual, remember to like, comment, subscribe, support the author, check it all out, and support the author. And as usual, I hope you have a wonderful evening today.